guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Debbie or Cakes, and if you're interested in how I got this look, that will be in another video coming very soon. This might go up first, that video might go up first, we'll see. But in this video we are just going to be going over some decluttered items that I will be getting rid of, but then also my almost empties. So those are products that are either half or under halfway done, and after I'm finished with them, I'm probably not going to replace them with the exact one that's finished, but I will let you know. So let's just get started because there's quite a few things. So first thing that I have to declutter is actually this trio set of 3CE velvet lip tints. I got one in the shade taupe. It is like a brown terracotta. I can also just do a tiny little swatch for you guys. It's kind of like a brick red brown. I absolutely love this shade. They smell weird. They smell really bad and kind of like Play-Doh now. I have already got a replacement for taupe. I just need to get a replacement for the other two. But this true red is in the shade Private. Again, these are absolutely lovely shades. They look so good on the lips. They feel smooth. They kind of feel like nothing is there, but my favorite thing about them is their blendability, and I used to use all three of them together. And this last one is in Pink Break. That one on my skin tone, there we go. You can kind of see it. It is definitely a true pink that I would never wear by itself. I would either need a lip liner or I would use taupe, and then I would just use Pink Break in the center for like a highlighted look on my lips. I loved mixing them together so much, but it is time for them to go. Okay, next, this is one of my favorite okay, I wouldn't say this is one of my favorite concealers, but it is one that I've used for a very long time. It is the Maybelline Fit Me in the shade 20 Sand. I already decluttered the shade 50 Cafe a while back. I will probably replace it and get a repeat of Cafe, but I don't think I'd get Sand again. Another product, I don't think this even exists anymore. I don't think ColourPop does their satin lip formula. I know they have like French Kiss, French Cream, whatever. There's all of these different formulas, but I'm pretty sure they discontinued their ultra satin lip. This was in the shade Cashin' Out. It used to be one of my favorites, but now it's also kind of goopy and separated inside of the container. Again, it's a really nice deeper berry shade that I really enjoyed wearing, but it smells gross. Yeah, it don't smell really good anymore. There's also like a purple undertone in there that I like, and I think I already have this shade as a matte lip, so I'm not really sad that I have to declutter it. Another thing that I'm decluttering is my Kaleidos Tone Activator Eye Primer. Don't get me wrong, guys, this is a really good primer. The problem is, number one, it's almost empty, so there's no point in me keeping it. But the true issue is that for some reason, it started leaking outside. Like, look, I can't tell if you guys can see it, but it is messy, it is goopy. And it's been like that ever since I got it. There was nothing that I did one day to get it like that, but it just started spilling out, and I always hated that, and that's why I stopped using it on my channel. Another thing that I'm kind of sad to see go is my Fenty Matchsticks in the shade Espresso. I feel like it was actually a little bit deeper than what I wanted when it came to contouring or bronzing. I'll just put it right here. Yeah, it's a great shade. I think it was actually a little bit deeper than what I needed, but also it's really old and it smells bad. I feel bad because I could get more use out of this, but it smells terrible and I can't do that. I can't do that to myself anymore. Another thing that I'm kind of sad to see go is the Face Shop Triple Eyes, this itty bitty trio palette that I got from South Korea. I mean, I could totally still keep this for memory's sake, but it's just, the formula is not the best thing in the world. Very, very just kind of giving topper. There's 2 shimmers and there's a matte. And you can tell they're a bit dried out now. Again, I got this when I visited South Korea in 2016. Maybe I will keep it just for memory's sake. There we go. You can see what they look like. Actually, that deep shimmer looks really pretty. Okay, I'm gonna keep it. And I will actually do a video with it to see if it's worth keeping, and if it does badly, then I will declutter it. One palette that I am going to be decluttering, like it needs to go straight in the garbage dump, is my Carucci and ColourPop Femme Rosa She palette. Listen, I've had this palette since what, 2015? You can see that I've hit pan twice. I was really close to hitting pan in a couple of these. I loved this palette. It was one of my first purchases that I did just to make myself happy. This was also during like a very, very hard time in my life, and so I have like great memories with it, but it also is tied back to one of the worst times in my life, and I think that I'm ready to let that go. It's also really, really old. Would not suggest using a palette that you've had for like over a decade or almost a decade. Some people will. It doesn't matter to me. You can do what you want, but I'm ready to let it go. So that is everything that is being decluttered right now, and then I will show you some almost empties. Okay, this might actually kind of be a speed round. So number 1, my Anastasia Beverly Hills Magic Touch Concealer in shade 21 is really light. It's almost ready to go. Great. The color is actually a bit orange on me whenever I wear it, and I think it's really funny, but I do want to use it up. It's kind of a thicker formula. I'm not rebuying it. Another thing that's almost empty is my Joa Brow Down to Me Dual Brow Pencil and Gel. I love this. I believe that they might have reformulated it. I know that it does have different packaging from this now. I will be rebuying. I do really like the gel especially, but their clear gel, the best one I've ever used, okay? It held. It truly held me down. Another thing that is almost empty is one of my Sailor Moon and ColourPop Ultra Glossy Lips. This one is in the shade Sailor Moon. I have both sets. I do need to replace one of the mattes though, so I may end up just decluttering the set and buying a whole new set because I don't think they were sold individually. Another almost empty is my Fenty Eavesdrop Blaring Skin Tint in the shade 21. It's about right here, so I've got a ways to go, but it's definitely almost empty. I actually think I should get maybe one shade lighter than 21, but it's still a pretty good match. Another thing that is almost empty, which actually kind of surprised me because I didn't think I used it that much, is my Revolution Conceal and Define Concealer in C12. It is the wrong shade. This is only when I want to do my little dots by my inner eye because it's very, very light. I think I needed shade C13 and they didn't have it, so I got 12. Another almost empty that is super, super almost empty, I think I maybe have 2 uses after this, is actually my Revolution IRL filter in F15 or F14. It's actually about right here. You're almost donezo, girl. You're almost donezo. One thing that is almost down to half is that e.l.f. Power Grip Dewy Setting Spray. You've seen how much I've used of this in one sitting. It's not going to last much longer. I will be replacing this. I do think that it does help my makeup to stay, especially like when I'm streaming for hours on end. My skin still looks really good, really refreshed. I do love applying it after I've powdered down, and I think that it's good. I would recommend it. Another thing that also is almost empty from e.l.f. is my e.l.f. 16-Hour Concealer in the shade Deep Chestnut. It's great. It is a thicker formula. If you don't like them to be so thick, I would not recommend this one. Another one that only has a couple uses is my e.l.f. Power Grip Primer. I will be replacing it. I don't have the money to get Milk, and I really don't want to support Milk makeup anyway. The e.l.f. Power Grip, it's fine. It's good. It's grippy, you know. It adds a very nice tackiness for when you're applying your base. I do like it. I would recommend it. Another almost empty is my Rare Beauty little mascara travel size. I would get it again. I do want to get my Maybelline Falsies Flared again because that's probably my favorite mascara that I've tried so far for me. Another almost empty. My my ColourPop and Shayla lip liner in BFF4. It's the best. I actually have a cart full of brown liners that I will be trying. We will have a video dedicated to brown liners. I promise. I promise. It's coming. Another almost empty is that lip gloss from when Kuromi and Wet n Wild had a collab. It was like with Kuromi and My Melody. Well, the Kuromi gloss, it's a really nice purple topper. She's on her last leg. Okay, she's almost empty. And my last almost empty is actually my e.l.f. Instant Brow Pencil. It's in like dark brown or black brown. I've only got a little bit left in it, which is great. It's almost empty. This was just a really quick video just to kind of show you guys what I've been using mostly, especially off camera, things that I've actually been enjoying, some things that I do recommend you'd get, especially if you have skin like mine. I would say that I'm like oily to normal. Sometimes I'll have little pimples or tiny breakouts, but it's mainly because of stress. I have a pretty rigorous skincare routine that I essentially stick to. I've only added in a couple things and then quickly took them away when they started breaking me out. I do get kind of oily in my T-zone first. At the end of the day, I'll have a little bit of oil, but like nothing super bad, so I would not consider myself an oily girl at all. But yeah, that's all I've got for you guys. All of my links will be in the description. Thank you so much for coming to hang out with me, and I will see you guys in the next one.